Hello everyone, welcome back to Weblearns. In my previous video, we learned what is a cron job, how cron job works in Odoo, and how to create schedule actions using XML and Python code. But today, I'm going to show you something that many developers don't know. Did you know that you can create a new cron job directly from the Odoo interface without writing any XML? Yes, this feature is extremely useful for functional consultants, administrators, developers doing testing, and quick automations. Let's see how it works in Odoo 19. So first, we need to understand what is a schedule action. A schedule action, also known as ir.cron record, automatically executes a server action or Python method after a specific interval. For example, send a reminder emails every day, generate reports every Monday, archive old records every month, synchronize external APIs every hour. Normally, we create this using XML files inside custom modules, but today we will create a one completely from the Odoo interface. So first thing is we can go to here in the settings, in this general settings, you can go down, you can activate the developer mode. I actually activated the developer mode using this browser extension, right? Then after you can see here translation technical menus. If you click here in the technical automation, and you can see here schedule actions. Once I remove, you can see all active, right? Schedule actions available. Here, let's create a new schedule action. Let's say auto customer reminder. So here you can see three options is visible. Here you can add a meaningful name for the cron job. Then after we have to select the specific model, and here we can also provide the specific group access right for this particular group, right? So let's say contact, right? And then after you can see some fields is visible here. So first thing is this active. If checked, the cron will execute automatically. If unchecked, it remains disabled, right? Then after the user, let's say schedule user. Select a user that will execute the cron job. So right now I have selected, or by default it's a missile admin. Then after the interval. So this will have two informations we have to configure. The first one is the interval number, and this is interval unit. So let's say every 1 hour, every month, every hour, days, weeks, right? We can configure here. Let's say 1 minute I want to execute. So for that we can use here execute every, and these units we have to provide. Then after the next execution date, you can see, so once the cron job successfully done, right, then after it will automatically update this next execution there. Or let's say recently we have created this one, right, and I want to check, oh right, I want to execute this cron tab on Tuesday and the specific time, let's say 12 a.m. Save like this. Then after you can see the priority. Lower number means higher priority. So by default it's a 5. So you want to add higher priority, you can use a 1, right? So I can skip that part and we can configure it as a default one as a 5. And then after you can see here we have to add here Python code. But before that, let me show you here how, right? So in a help, you can use predefined variables, right? Here you can't add simple Python code which we are writing into this Odoo's framework, right? Like you can see we have created a lot of custom methods, or let's say the classes, but here in this cron job we don't need to do directly anything. Here there is a specific variables we have to use. For example, let's say here we have to fetch specific models data, then we have to use env or env.model, right? Or directly we can use model. In a bracket we can use the specific model name. Then after records, so this means like there is a single record or the multiple records for the selected contact, right, which is coming from the different ways. For example, we can configure this cron job via server action, right? So in that case, we can directly use this record or records. Then after, we can use time, date time, deferred t, date util, and time zone, useful Python libraries. Then after, we can also use the float compare to use for the specific precisions, right? Then after, we can also use the log if you want to use store logs right here in the technical. So you can see here in the database, right, this logging. Then after, if you want to add the logs into the log file right here, then that is also possible. So let me minimize right now. We will see everything. Then after, you can also rise using this user error. In case you want to do some many to many or one to many, let's say operation, right? The special commands you can also use here. Then after, if you want to return some action, right, then you can use here as action equal to, and you can add here some like the specific information. And yeah, that's it, like this way. And you can see here they provided also a simple example. So using these predefined variables, we can use only that one, right? But let's say if I'm trying to use here import Odoo from, oh, sorry, let's say from Odoo import API, right? And if I'm trying to save, so you can see forbidden opcodes, right? So import name, import from, we don't need to use here. So let's say we can use here logger.info, let's say current time, logger.info, datetime.now, right? Start here and here. Let me add, let's say, change this one from here, right? Save. I'm going to here. So you can see 1 minute, every 1 minute, like this one execute, right? Let's wait for here to execute that cron job. All right, see, you can see the current time, right? And you can see also this time, right? And then after, this is a third line. So like this way, it will automatically execute. Another thing is, let's say you want to send reminders, right, to these contacts. So for that, like what we can do is here, send reminders for, let's say, RC. The thing is, record and records both have the predefined variables, right? So just avoid these names as a variable here. You can directly use that variable, but don't use as a record right here as a your variable, your custom variables. So let's say for RC in, let's say, env, then after, let's say, res dot partner search, let's say email not equal to false, right? So those records we will get, and simple we can add here one mail, like let's say one message sent mail to rc.name, right? So this is a simple logic. And let's remove all the logs and let's wait here. All right, so you can see here, yes, see, current time, start time, end time, and now you can see here send reminder, right? And then after you can see Azure Interior, Brandon Freeman. So like this way, the customer we sent a successfully one mail, right? But as a you can just assume like we have a like one logic or the Python code, we directly call that method, right? So like this way we can execute. Another thing is like I have used here env res.partner, right? I can also use here model dot. Now you can see here, right? See, send send a reminder, right? And then after this one, see, send mail to this contact. Now why we used here two things? So we used here two things, right? Model and env res.partner. The thing is, whenever you use here model, right, this one contact, so directly we can use here as a model. We don't need to mention this one. In case there is a one more possibility, you mention here the different model name, but you actually want to call another model, right? So in that specific case you can directly use env, then after that specific model name, and you can add you can use here any model any orm methods plus custom methods. So that's the main purpose, and you can directly create a one specific cron job directly from the UI. So like this way you can create directly one cron job on fly, right? What is the advantages, right? So let's discuss the benefit. No XML required, no module upgrade, fast testing, perfect for administrators, useful to consultants, and great for temporary automations. However, there are some limitations. Don't create business critical logic from the UI. Why? Because no version control, different to migrate, hard to maintain, can't track changes in Git, and easy to delete accidentally for production environments. Always prefer creating cron jobs inside custom modules. Use UI created cron jobs mainly for testing, temporary automation, and small administrative tasks. Many developers don't know this, right? A schedule action is simply an ir.cron record, whether you create it from XML using Python or directly from the UI. Ultimately stores everything in the same database table. The execution engine remains exactly the same. And that's it for today's video. Today we'll learn how to create a cron job directly from the Odoo interface without writing XML or upgrading a module. If you are an Odoo developer or consultant, this is a very useful feature for rapid automation and testing. If you enjoyed this tutorial, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Weblearns. And guys, if you learn more about Odoo, you can visit the Weblearns channel. Under the home screen, you can see Odoo 17, 18, 19 development tutorial, and this is the main playlist of the Odoo development tutorial, and those are the subtopic wise playlist available, right? You can also visit here in the courses, you can directly choose this playlist, right? And yeah, that's it. See you in the next Odoo tutorial. Thank you for watching.